is that? Oh, wow, so pretty.
Hey guys, we are at Lyla Sage book signing. We are hoping to see her next book really soon. We're really excited. My beloved freaky worm book lover.
Freaky worm book lover.
Sometimes I'll have written out a few scenes that I like or a line that I like. A couple of days before, I was like doing something on my computer and like my laptop. I shut it. I went to bed. I woke up 20.
What's up, guys? It's nalastasiaa.
Hey guys, this is your favorite couple, nalastasiaa and the husband.
And the husband.
Can I see that right there?
Yes. I wish we would have brought water though.
Yeah, my mouth is dry.
How was it, puppy?
Wonderful. I
Super
really enjoy the
wonderful.
company. My favorite place, next to you.
You really landed on thick, aren't you? Tired. We left our house at what, 4:30?
Yes, give or take.
And it is now 9:19 and we are finally going home. What is this called?
Community.
A what?
Community.
Oh, it's a mimis tree.
Adopt.
Yeah.
Tree.
Mm.
Nene tree.
Yummy. Hello, friends. It's been quite a minute since I've checked in. I want to say the Lyla Sage signing was like 2 weeks ago, somewhere around there. I've just like been sick, but also have just been, not only was I sick, but my kids were sick, which is like a lot. But also I've just been in like a very, like, I do not want to be perceived kind of mood. Yeah, but I'm like, feel like I'm coming out of it. Sorry. Like, it's, anybody who creates content knows that like, if you haven't been in front of the camera for a while, it's kind of awkward whenever you start again, and you kind of have to like retrain yourself to talk to the camera normally. So that's where I'm at. That won't stick. So brilliant. I wanted to talk about like a few things, just kind of like update, hang out with you and update while I make some stars for Christmas decor, because I want to decorate my bookshelves this year. I see other people do it like every year and I love it. I think it's so cute, and so my plan is I have an extra Christmas tree that I don't have to put anywhere. It's like a little miniature one, but like, what is that, like 3 feet or something, like a 3-foot Christmas tree. And so I figured I could set it up in here with some bookish themed ornaments. I thought that would be really fun to do. So that's what we're gonna do while we discuss the Lyla Sage sighting. Can words come to me? Oh, okay, I technically don't need that part. I'm trying to figure out like a situation where you can see me while I do this. Or maybe not, maybe you just like want to see what I'm doing. I don't know. Because I did a test yesterday of this and it didn't turn out, I mean, it turned out good, but it was just really big for like the size tree that I have. So I don't know if this is going to be too small now, but we shall see. Anywho, so went to the Lyla Sage signing. I initially was, well, I really wanted to go. But then I like kind of psyched myself out and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go. It's kind of far. Like nervous. I have a lot of social anxiety. And then my husband was like, well, like, why don't we go together? Because it was like a 2-hour drive. So we ended up going together, which I think was a perfect scenario for me, because my husband's my best friend. So the fact that I got to experience my first author signing with him was really fun and really nice. And we were cutting it pretty close, because whenever I initially looked at the time, it said it was only like an hour and a half away. And then whenever it was actually time for us to leave, it said it was like 2 hours and 30 minutes away. So, because of traffic, so it like added an entire hour on. And so we were a little bit late, but luckily we had still gotten there at like a good time. So we got there right, I think exactly at 6, and I was so worried that it was going to start without us, but they actually didn't start it till like 6:20, 6:30 or so, to like really give people a chance to get in, and I appreciated that. I'm somebody who has like a lot of anxiety about being late places, and I hate being late. I usually like being places 10 to 15 minutes early at least. If I'm not early, I'm late. We ended up getting seats right at the back, and I got the perfect seat to where I could see Lyla Sage directly. Like, my seat was like right here, and Martine's was right here, and then there was an aisle open. So I sat directly at the back of the aisle, and Lyla sat in front of the aisle. So I had a unobstructed view of her while she was talking, and I thought that was perfect. I brought my vlog camera with me, my little DJI. I'm currently filming on it, otherwise I would show you. Like, I get so nervous filming in public as it is. And there was this group of people standing behind us, and they were like very judgmental. It was just like the comments that they were making about people, or very chip on their shoulder-esque. They saw me pull out my vlog camera, and I didn't notice it at the time, but I tried to be very discreet with it, and so I like had it in my purse, but I of course have to like flip the thing, and then it flips and turns around. And there are people who have their phones out. It's not any different than me having my phone out. If anything, it's smaller than my phone, so I'm not bothering anybody. And it's not like I'm recording the whole entire thing. I'm literally just recording 30 seconds here, 20 seconds there, so I could put it in the vlog. And the people behind me were like, they didn't say anything, but Martine said that they were giving me dirty looks for having my camera out. And I just don't understand why it bothers someone so much, but c'est la vie. Otherwise, incredible experience. Madison Wright was also there, which I didn't realize until after the fact. Madison Wright is the author of Off the Beaten Path, and what is the book that I just read of hers? What is her book that I just read? What is it called? Only in Your Dreams. Yeah, I just got an arc of that one. And so I didn't realize it was her there. And so she was taking, like, I guess some other people recognized her. I didn't realize at the time that that's who she was. Because I don't know what, like, authors' faces look like. I just know their books. And so they were taking a picture by the front doors, and the people behind me were making comments about that and stuff, like, oh yeah, let's just block the doorway, like we're so special. It's like really rude offhand comments. I don't get it. But otherwise, incredible. Lyla is like, I was girl crushing hard, and just genuinely such a nice person. She talked about Twilight, and she talked about like the books and the future, and just the characters and how she writes them, and just it was a good time. It was really fun. When I met her, I was like stumbling over my words. Martine was like awkwardly filming behind me. I'm like, it's so embarrassing. You don't have to do it like that. And he's like, no, I'm gonna get the good shots. I'm gonna be a good husband. So he's like very outgoing. He wanted to go up to Lyla and be like, hi, this is my wife. Like, be all of like a very social butterfly. And I'm like, no. If anything, to me, that's like more embarrassing. It's okay. And he like, it's just so funny. I even got my copy of Lost and Lassoed signed by the artist of the cover, which was really cool. Austin, I can't remember her last name at this exact moment, but she was sitting kind of next to us in the back, and Martine, as soon as like he hears it, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go and get your book signed for you. And I'm like, no, don't bother. It's like, she's not here for a signing. Like, don't bother her. She's here with her husband. Like, you don't have to do that. And he goes, no, I'm gonna go. And then he was like searching my purse for a pen and stuff, and I was like, no, don't do it, because I'm just like one of those people, like, don't bother them. Like, I don't want to make people go out of their way for things. And then the people behind us went and got their book signed while he was in the bathroom. And he started getting really mad because he's like, I could have been the first one to do it. And then the people behind us, and then other people started going to get their book signed by her, and the person behind us was like, look what you started. You started something. And to the girl who went. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'm like a trendsetter or whatever. Martine is so mad at me because he wanted to be the one that like started that. He's like, I hate you so much right now. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I should have just let you do it. Like, I'm one of those people that, like, genuinely just don't like to be a bother. I don't like eyes on me, contrary to, like, what you might think, because I'm a content creator, but I just don't like attention. I like the community. I don't like the attention on me. So, yeah. But it was good. She was so sweet. And I got all of my books signed, which was great. And I got an extra copy of Lost and Lassoed for one of my best friends. And so I'm going to send that to her for Christmas. But genuinely, just such a good time. And then the drive back was good as well. It was a bit of a drive, but I think it was worth it for that experience. And I'm really glad that Lyla Sage was my first experience with an author signing, because she was just such a genuine, kind, but like funny soul. Great interaction. And little did you know, I don't know, it's a fun fact that Amos is actually modeled after Charlie Swan, which gotta love it. I have yet to read Lost and Lassoed yet. I have like been battling this reading slump, and then also I've been doing a lot of writing instead. I've been focusing my time on that whenever I have free time. And yeah, I'm trying to think of any the books that I've read recently. I'm currently reading a few because I just am so like wishy-washy with what I want to read at the moment. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4. Okay, one more and clip it. I did read The Book of Doors, which was good. Was it life-changing? No, I don't think so. Then I read The Strange Life by Haruki Murakami, and I've been wanting to read something by him. I started IQ84 years ago, like 13 years ago, and then let a friend borrow my copy. I never got it back. I also never gave her copy back, so, of her books, so we kind of just like traded books, and then she moved away. So I did read Peaches and Honey, which I really, really thoroughly enjoyed that one. I was expecting Peaches and Honey to be like a smutty time, and it wasn't. It's like Addie LaRue and Cersei kind of had a baby. It has like this aspect of this woman and honing in on her craft, overcoming these difficulties that she has surrounding like her gifted life that she has, I guess is a way to say. And she was given this fruit of eternal life, and so that makes it really hard because she's having to move around every 7 to 10 years or so because she's not aging, clearly. She can't make any like really formed relationships. She can't have children, things like that. And this is over a span, I think, of like 800 years or so. But there's also this god that she becomes very well acquainted with, but it's nothing in any sort of sense that's like just smutty. It's actually very tender-hearted and caring, and just really was such a unique and fun time. And she's going through all of these major events from around the world, like within our history. So it was really cool. And then I started Shadow of the Gods. I have yet to finish it. I think I got into like chapter 10. It's supposed to be for a buddy read with this group, and like with this group of book talkers on book talkers, clearly TikTok. But it's like gibberish in my brain because they're reading in their accents, because it's written out in accents, and there's also a lot of words that I don't know. So it's really hard to adjust, but they all, who are also having like the same problems, were saying that they're on like 50%, it really picks up and you get really invested. So I'm going to keep going with that one. It's probably just going to take me a little bit more time than I anticipated. And then I also started Wayward through audiobook. That one has been good. I'm glad that I'm doing it through audiobook because I feel like it helps with the voices of the different perspectives being really distinguished. So that's been fun. And then I'm also currently reading, this is the one that I'm like forefront of reading, is Morbidly Yours, which is about this girl. She moved from Texas to Galway, Ireland, and this was after her husband, a couple years after her husband has passed away. She's basically sworn off any of her romantic relationships because she feels guilty for his death. And she moves in next door to Mortuary and she becomes really good friends with Callum, and he is ace. And I think I really, really like this book because it dives into a friendship before anything else. And so it helps build up that emotional connection because it talks about how he doesn't have an attraction for people unless he feels emotionally connected with them. It's been really good. I am probably like 3/4 of the way through. I really don't have that much left. It's been a fun time. Nothing to take too seriously. Even though there are some, I guess, dark topics for a contemporary romance, but I like it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I wonder if it would be really good on audiobook to have that Irish accent come through. And then last but not least, I am reading Manacled. It is time. And this is something that I'm probably going to be reading throughout the rest of the year, not just through November. I'm definitely not going to finish before November is over. Hell no. Because it's already like almost the end of the month. And says I have like a good 24 hours left on the read. I'm like just beginning. So that is all the reading that I've been up to as of late. I have not honestly been doing a ton of reading. I know that sounds like a lot, but they're like just here and there kind of things. So I got 1 star done. It takes a long time for this glue to dry. All up in the basket. I just spit. I'm freshly out of fresh and I'm clean. I'm freshly out of the shower. And we decided to put up the Christmas trees today. And I thought it would be so fun to decorate the bookshelves and the Christmas tree with you guys. So we are gonna put set ornaments on the tree. I think that'll be fun. And then I also, you saw me made the paper chain. So putting up the paper chain. And then as well, I bought some Christmas lights to put on the bookshelves. And over time, I'm gonna Christmasify my bookshelf because when I went out to the stores, they didn't have really what I was kind of like looking for, but we'll make do with what we've got. These are cute little paper stars that we're gonna put on the tree. I don't know if I should we'll do this together like this. I was like, I don't know if I should do this like B-roll style. This one I actually picked up from Walmart for like $1. I just thought it was really cute. And fits the cowboy romance theme. We'll probably put this one, you know, say like right here. Yeah. This tree actually was our first Christmas tree whenever we moved out here in Georgia, because we didn't have money for a Christmas tree and we lived in an incredibly tiny space. It was basically like a 1-bedroom apartment style kind of little mother-in-law suite thing. It was an extension of my brother and sister-in-law's house at the time. And so, I mean, we had the big main tree up there that we celebrated with them, but we wanted our own little tree. So we literally sat it on like our end table, and that was our first tree, which I think was really darling. And so now I'm going to turn it into the office tree. So then I also made this little, it's a wooden ornament. I tried to do the really cool Mod Podge way, where you like put the Mod Podge on and then you rub it off with like a wet towel of some sort. But that didn't really work out. It just rubbed off the image because I have an ink printer. And so I just ended up printing out another copy and then just putting the Elmer's glue over it. I also didn't use like the waterproof Mod Podge. So that was probably also the other mistake. And then we have this cutesy little Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy ornament that I made out of these things here. But I did make a mistake. I have 2 copies of Once Upon a Broken Heart on here instead of Christopher True Love. So we have Once Upon a Broken Heart, Once Upon a Broken Heart, and The Ballad of Never After. I did not want to print out a whole other page for just that one book, so we're going to pretend that I did it right the first time. But I love this. I think it's so darling with the little bow. Are you kidding me? I adore. So cute. And then this is the other one that I really, really love. It's the Folk of the Air trilogy, and I made it with a little bow. And it's cool because they actually are like little books, but they're all stacked up on top of each other. So then they just hang like this. How adorable is that? We'll put this one up here. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then I have a few other little books. I didn't finish making the books because I got really tired of it. I'll probably finish them like tomorrow. But a few honorable mentions. I just happen to use the ones that like other people already had the covers made online. So these are just ones that I've read within like the last couple of years that I really enjoyed, but also people had already done the cover work for me. So we have Legends and Lattes. And then we also have Ninth House, which is one of my more recent reads. And they all look like books. Oh, cute. These take a long time to make. And then we have Serpent in the Wings of Night and Ashes in the Star-Cursed King. Ideally, I probably could have put those two together like this, but I didn't want to keep up that theme of putting them all together, because what am I supposed to do when I've got Kingdom of Ash? Am I going to do a whole stack of all 8 books? You know what I mean? So we're going to do, let's do Serpent in the Wings of Night down here. And then we've got Kingdom of Ash can go here. We'll just bend that way. Cute. Ashes in the Star-Cursed King will go up over here. Then we have Ninth House. I'll put up here. And Legends and Lattes can go right here. And that is, I think, what I have so far. I do have like a big star I can put on top. I have big paper star that I can probably put a hook in or something and make it like this. Adorable. How freaking cute is that? Oh. It looks so good. Look at how magical that looks. Oh man. That, oh no, I'm missing like a whole section down here that's supposed to go. Okay. I have to do that. I most definitely bruised my thumbs pushing in all the thumbtacks. So I have this little section over here. I have a problem. It really bothers me that that side has a strip going down that way, but it doesn't on this side. It's actually like way harder than you would think to plan out how to get the strips even, I guess, because I was just like, oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I can just zigzag back and forth and they'll be covered. And then not realizing that every other side on this one or this one is not going to be covered. But in order to cover it, I'd have to double on some of them. And I don't want to double because I feel like that's just going to make it look even more weird. What I'm going to, oh no. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. We're not doing this today. I initially wanted them to go on like every single shelf, but I just don't think that that's gonna work. I'll get back here behind all this stuff. Oh no, don't take it. That's my lava lamp. I've had that since I was like 10 years old. All this, oh. Blech. Sorry, excuse me. It's gonna be exposed in a couple of places, but that I don't mind so much. But what do I do with all this extra? Then I have a ton of extra. Too much. Do I just let the extra hang down? Is that not a fire hazard? I don't think they're gonna get hot. Come along, my friends. We're gonna tack this. Good enough. So it's nice and taut. Cool. I found this really cute acorn trinket thing at the Dollar Tree during the fall time, and I bought it because I just thought it was really cute fall decor and I was burning candles in it. But I brought it in here instead of putting it away because I thought it would match up really well with Folk of the Air trilogy because the acorn. So, wow, so pretty. Don't look at my desk. It's a mess. And now I have this really pretty, look at the lighting. Is that not beautiful? And then I also can turn on my light back there. I like all sorts of lighting in here, which is the best. We're gonna drink some tea. It's all right. It's I wouldn't call it hot, but it is cold. I'm still drinking my nightly tea. It's become a nightly ritual for sure. I love drinking my tea. And it's a lot. Like, I drink a lot of it. I don't know if I'm supposed to drink that much, but I have a few other ornaments planned, things to stick on the tree. One, there I saw this origami sword, which was really cool. It comes in like a sheath and you can undo it. I thought that would be really cute, attach like a red ribbon to it. And then I also thought it would be cool, I don't know where I put it, it's around here somewhere. I did this little ornament of Elspeth from One Dark Window, but I did it the Mod Podge way, and like this is how it turns out when it's the Mod Podge way. Well, I didn't use Mod Podge, so I can't call it the Mod Podge way. I used Elmer's glue, or not even Elmer's. It was some off-brand Target shit. And I think that was my issue. So don't mind me, I didn't have a spoon. I have a list somewhere, because I wanted to make this a TikTok series of making each ornament. So I want to make a vial with like glitter or something inside of it to make it look like the metal shavings. I think I've already talked to you about this. I'm sorry if I repeat myself. And then the stag. And I found this ornament at the Dollar Tree, and I don't know what I'm going to do inside of it quite yet. That would be cool. And then I also would like to make a little felt teacup out of like an embroidered one with a moth on it to make it look like the teacup from Tress of the Emerald Sea. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't know if I'll fit that into this vlog, just because maybe. I can't promise anything at this point. Felt stars, patchwork stars would be super duper cute. It just really depends on how much time I have, because of course I'm still like homeschooling, and also I am dedicating myself to making Christmas presents for my kids. Not all their Christmas presents, but just like a couple. Like my middle daughter, she wants stuff for babies, so I'm gonna sew her a baby diaper bag with like a velcroed changing pad connected to it, and then also a little bassinet basket carrier thing. I'm gonna hand make those so it's more special. I could just buy her something like off of a cheap website, but I think it's a lot more thoughtful in order to make it. And if I have the talent and I have the time, I think that's like an heirloom piece that can be passed down. I got a package today. I got a package. This is from one of my friends. Two of them, but one of them I know personally. They're bookish content creators, and they have a podcast called Liz and Liz Gets Literary. Oh my god. Liz and Liz Get Literary. Goodness, I cannot speak. And they have a TikTok and everything, so definitely go follow. They're so funny, and so just love them. She messaged me and she told me that they were gonna send something over for me, and I love it. So we have some bookmarks. There it says Hot Girls Read, and then there's this card in here. We are so happy to have you in our corner of the Bookstaverse. You are such a light and comfort to everyone you meet, and it's so inspiring. It's been such a joy to reconnect with you in this space. A special person deserves a special shimmering book, and we are so glad it's finally not 1,000 degrees so we could send it to you. We love you, Liz and Liz. And it has a few little stickers. I love them. Just one more chapter, and then the TBR. It looks like a tarot card. Love. Y'all are gonna scream when I show you this. It is so, so pretty. So, are you ready? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh my god! Look at this. Like, the camera is not doing this justice. Look at this. Oh my god, it's amazing. I love this. So this is going to be displayed up on my shelf in a special place. It is stunning. So beautiful. Yeah, and especially after going to Lyla Sage's signing and stuff, I just love that. It's very on theme with everything going on at the moment. And so they sent this over for my birthday. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. This is going to have a very special place on the shelf. Get that content, baby. I'm so sorry you could hear all of that. I'm allowed. I don't care. No, I don't want to say that. Yeah. So I finished, what's it called? Morbidly Yours. And it was really good. I'm not sure what I want to give it yet. It's between like a 4 and a 5, so I might give it a 4.5. But then I kind of just feel like I'm being a little bit stingy with that 5. But here's the thing. I gave like Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer a 5. But I feel like it's not that Ivy Fairbanks, like it's not bad. It was a really good book. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like the emotional connection was as deep. I know that like it was really trying to get there, but because it is a shorter book, we just didn't get that amount of time. I would have easily taken 50 more pages maybe in order for it to really, really get there. Someone didn't want the serenading guitar scene from Barbie and it really shows. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm probably gonna land somewhere like around a 4. Didn't get to like that emotional level in which I thought it was going to. I felt really bad for Lark and her situation, and I do really like Callum because he is just such like a genuine soul, and I just really enjoyed his character. Such a breath of fresh air to like these bad boy types, which like don't get me wrong, still love a bad boy, but he was just very sweet and kind and caring, and I loved that this book gave me the emotional connection before the physical connection. It does have ace representation, which I love, and it also had queer representation, not so much in the way of like you see it on page per se. There is an older woman in the book who is a lesbian, and she kind of like recalls back on some of her time with her wife before she had passed, and I thought that was really sweet. And we deal with this grief. Lark, did I tell you what this book is about? So Lark, she is from Texas, and she lost her husband, and it basically like all exploded, and she had a lot of guilt surrounding his death. And so the people that she worked with was like her sister-in-law, and her sister-in-law said some like really nasty stuff to her, and so she could no longer work at like her favorite place where she loved to work, and she lost her best friend, who was her sister-in-law. She just didn't want anything to do with her anymore, and so she felt like terribly alone. And so she goes to Galway, Ireland, to become an illustrator, and she moves next door to a mortuary. So she is just like this little bubbly personality, firecracker, and a really breath of fresh air. She's one of those people that are constantly trying to be happy no matter what they're going through, and then end up kind of breaking at the seams on the inside. Meanwhile, Callum is just like I wouldn't say he's emotionally unavailable, because he's not to Lark, but he's emotionally unavailable to everyone but her. His grandfather had passed away, and it was the funeral home was the grandfather's, and so he was supposed to have it passed down to him. However, his grandfather made the stipulation, the clause or whatever, that in order for him to inherit the funeral home, he needs to get married. And so you have this girl who has sworn off marriage and never wants to get married again. And this guy who desperately needs to get married, but he doesn't want to get married just for the sake of getting married so that he can save the funeral home. He really does want to fall in love and have kids and have that perfect picket fence kind of life. They become friends, are really trying to avoid these deeper feelings that they're feeling for one another. And I thought it was really, really cute. I chuckled a few times at some of the jokes that Callum said. He's got a very dry humor, which is typical in European fashion. So I love European humor, particularly British humor. My cup of tea. But yeah, it was a really, really good book. But I don't want to give it the full 5. Something's holding me back. Otherwise, I am reading Wayward, which is about 3 witches during 3 different time periods, and it's discovering their powers and trying to unravel the past, also escaping abusive situations, like husbands and stuff. And so far I'm finding it very interesting. It's told through 3 different perspectives of this generational line. I think Alva is the first one, and then we have, oh my god, I just thought of her, Violet is one, and then the other one is Kate. So I am not entirely sure where Alva kind of fits into this. I think that she is Violet's mother. No, that's not right. I'm not entirely sure. But Violet is Kate's aunt or great aunt. I think her great aunt. And so Violet passes away. And so Kate is running away from this abusive relationship of a boyfriend. Did they get married? I don't remember if they got married. I'm not sure. I don't think that they're married. Anyway, she's pregnant, and so that's kind of like ignited the fire under her ass to kind of be like, I don't want my child to be living in this situation. So we've got Kate, and she is at this cottage, and she inherited it from Violet. Violet didn't have any other family, and so she gave it to her. And then Violet, her story, we are following her. She's living in this manor, and her father is like very strict, very astute, is that the word I'm looking for? Kind of man. And he is introducing this cousin to her, and Violet is very curious about nature. She's very kind-hearted, does not want to hurt animals in any sort of way, and she is very curious as to who her mother really was, because she's never really quite known her mother, and she always hears these really interesting theories that people have, or rumors, that's the right word, the interesting rumors about her mother, about how she was a little bit like not right in the head. And she also uncovers what her last name is, Wayward, which like that's not a spoiler or anything, that's like one of the very first things that kind of ignite her curiosity. And then the other one is even further back, Alva. I don't know where she ties in exactly. I know she's a part of the generational line further back, but I don't know how. She is being put on trial for being a witch because her mother was a witch, you know, like because she was going against what the physician was saying, because he just wanted to bleed everybody out with leeches. So we're getting this timeline of the 3 women kind of withstanding suppressive men, and I'm enjoying it. Listening to it through audiobook, taking my time with it. That's where I'm at with reading. That's where I'm at in general. Okay, well, I hope that you have a good night, and I will see you the next time that I come to check in. I don't know when it's gonna be, so we shall see. I love the lights so much. They're so pretty.